It's really going back to 2 years ago. We were talking to Terry, weren't we?
Yeah.
And Terry Davis being of the Bradford Council. And our view over a long period of time has been that if you mix jobs and employment support and skills together, you've got something that's worth something. So a type of job creation programme is something that we both felt very strongly about. It was a very good design.
In Bradford, we find ourselves with many unemployed people, and the council wanted to make an intervention, and we felt that there was a need to help certain categories of our citizens, and what we wanted to do was to help people who are under 25 years old, over 50, and people with some kind of health issue that would prevent them from finding and keeping a job.
So EOF is an intermediate labour market. It's a job creation scheme funded by Bradford Council, Job Centre Plus and in communities. The idea is to create 400 12-month work placements, each for 30 hours a week at national minimum wage. This will then create a stepping stone for people to move into permanent employment. It's old and on the premise, it's easy to get a job if you're in a job.
After being unemployed for such a large period of time, the Job Centre gave me the opportunity to go on a great training course which allowed me to improve my employability and things like that, and it was something that I just couldn't miss the opportunity to go on.
I originally heard about the EOF scheme through the Job Centre. One of my advisors came down to me and said that there was this great opportunity to find out about retraining, re-education and looking into possibly getting myself into a new job. I ran it, I jumped at the opportunity.
I was unemployed for over a year at that point, and I was at Job Seekers. I was a really active sort of applicant, so I was always looking for different opportunities, volunteering, anything that they could find for me. And they told me that there's the EOF Opportunities Fund. So I said, I want to go for it.
I think the main things that I look for are somebody with who's keen and enthusiastic and wants to learn and ultimately wants to secure employment with either in communities or one of the partner organisations that we work with.
Basically what we try to look for is someone with a willing to work, or someone who wants to get themselves into work.
Lots of enthusiasm, keenness to come in, keenness to learn, and an opportunity for them to find out what it is that they enjoy doing.
The EOF mentors have been great. So far we've looked at rewriting my CV. I've also looked at more confidence building and just to support, knowing I can go to see my mentor at any time for any queries or concerns. It's great.
They were really supportive in if you wanted the help with job applications, they were there for you. If you needed some guidance maybe with some aspects of work, or you just needed somebody to talk to, that they'd be there for you for that.
The mentors within communities it's fantastic. They're always wanting to help you increase your employability things, your CV, searching for jobs, other things like that.
Helped me update my CV, helped me with my job search, put me on MVQ. I'm doing MVQ level 3 in customer service, so my mentor got me onto that and I've nearly completed that.
They're working on the customer basis and things like that, and my repertoire of skills have increased, and hopefully I can take that further into my working life.
It was confidence building, and it gave you new skills. It opened opportunities for more courses, learning new skills. It also opened you up to internal jobs within communities.
It gave me the opportunity to gain experience and knowledge, which helped me then to get a temporary contract for in communities.
Before I started on the scheme, I'd been looking for work for about 9 months. And had been properly unemployed for about 2 years before that. Didn't have any confidence of anything like that, was very shy. So once I started on the In Communities Placement Scheme, as part of that you get a mentor and they work with you on a regular basis. So we did lots of things, not just about looking for work but also about building confidence and learning new skills.
I mean, ordinarily some of these people may struggle to get into full-time employment just because they don't have the experience or because they've been unemployed for so long. And it's not about looking at the past history, it's about, look, it's what you bring to the table the day that you walk into our organisation, and that's a huge opportunity for them just to get over that first barrier. So it's really good.
Absolutely, and I think it's just giving them a chance, because a lot of these candidates have a tremendous amount to offer any employer, and it's many of the stories that I've spoken to the candidates we've had in the past is that they just wanted a chance to prove themselves, and they don't always get that, and I think it is definitely does benefit the people of Bradford. And of course our demographic is that we have you know, compared to the rest of the country, we have a high level of young people who are traditionally find it very difficult to access employment, so we are absolutely best placed to offer these sort of opportunities to as many candidates as we can.
I think ultimately, obviously, it's going to get more people into jobs. People are going to have more skills and training that will enable them to you know, either go on to further education or further employment. So ultimately, it's a win-win situation for Bradford.
I think it's fantastic because it gives them an opportunity to get back into the workplace, and hopefully I think there's quite a high percentage of the young people that are going through the scheme that are getting jobs at the end of it, which is fantastic as well.
And this is a very good stepping stone for 7 months to either go on to progression to a good employer or move into progression with a different employer with a bit of experience and gives them that working knowledge.
People develop so much. We can see the huge difference in them. When they first start, they're not confident, or they don't know what's expected. 6 months down the line, you can see a huge difference in the people, just the way they speak to you and present themselves.
It's been extremely successful. We've actually reached the 400 target, and we've actually extended that through additional funding. This has enabled us to create a further at least 20 positions for people to go through the Employment Opportunities Fund programme.
And we've trained about 880 participants, which is a huge amount. So we feel really proud of that achievement.
It's been very successful. If you look at some of the other providers, they're not getting the targets anywhere near what we're getting. We were set a target of 64%. We're all hitting over 70%, some higher than that, of people that graduate from the course into work.
It's been really successful, hasn't it? We've seen young people coming into the income team that start off really shy, really reserved, and we just watch them blossom.
The scheme's been a real success for my team. I've had 2 EOFs. One has secured an apprenticeship as an apprentice electrician, and the second secured a permanent job outside the organisation. So yeah, it's been a real success.
One of the great things is that we've been able to see their careers develop because we've got people who've taken EOF jobs with us on a temporary contract and then been able to apply for permanent roles within the team. So one of my colleagues is now working in London, and she started out on an EOF. So, you know, it's great to see that progression.
The scheme's been a great success for us because, as we was at the time, we were a small community organisation, and by taking EOF placements on, it's been allowing us to become a large charity.
Yeah, it was a fantastic opportunity. The week's training was great. I learnt a lot, and it got me this job.
I actually had a friend who I recommended who's also on the EOF at the moment, so I'd recommend it all the time. It's just perfect for people who want to work who just can't.
I would definitely recommend it to other people, but I'd recommend it to people who are they're looking for work and they will actually do something with the opportunity.
Yeah, I'd definitely recommend it. It's, I'd probably say just because like how professional and friendly everyone is that I've come across. When I were down in communities in town, I had a woman called Raffaella and Nikki, both friendly, pointing me in the right direction, made sure I had right preparation tools so I could come here, do my interview and get to where I want to be.
I would absolutely recommend the EOF scheme. It's a fantastic opportunity for anybody. Not just because you are employed by communities, so you've got their entire support because they're a big company, but as part of the scheme you also work inside organisations that benefit the community. So while you're building up new skills, while you're growing, you get to help other people in the district as well, and that's what I found here working at Sandale.
Before I came on the EOF scheme, I couldn't see into the future. There was just nothing. It was just bleak. Now I've been given the confidence to look for jobs elsewhere, to look and actually go for jobs that I thought previously I probably wouldn't go for.
Well, as the scheme's gone on, I think we've learned from our early experiences and we've ploughed that back into how the scheme works. So it's become more and more effective, I think, as time has gone on. We've broadened the scheme out. Because we had it in place, we were able to access other money within the region, and we've broadened it out for young people as well. So we've had young people, a wider range of young people coming through the scheme.
Well, in terms of funding, initially the programme was quite a large programme, to be honest with you, but one of the ways it's evolved is we've had other organisations, other funding bodies being interested in the programme. So recently we secured additional monies from Leeds City Region who wanted to get involved in the scheme to assist in supporting 18 to 24-year-olds into employment. So one of the aspects has been additional funding coming in and the programme growing and evolving, and what was a very big programme has become an even bigger programme.
I think the future of EOF is that it has been so successful. It's really changed people's lives. They've been able to use it, as I said, a stepping stone into further employment, and therefore they have now started their career.
From my point of view, the fact that we've now 2 years on managed to create 560 jobs is testament to the fact that that strategy has really borne fruit.
Well, it's been an important part of our Get Bradford Working programme in Bradford, which has seen over 1,000 people get into work. And we're making the case with national government to persuade them that actually this is the best way to use over the country for getting people who've perhaps been struggling to get into work, for getting them into sustainable work. And that's what we're trying to convince government of.
I think the success I mentioned earlier, the 85% of people not returning to the employment register or getting a job, is a testament to the fact that we have listened to what people have said and we've tried to develop our programme going forward.
Well, it's on two levels really, because first of all, when you actually talk to people who've benefited, you can see the difference it's made to their lives, the confidence that it's brought them, and that's wonderful to see actually. But then on a statistical level, if you look at the number of people into jobs, that's 566 people have found work through Employment Opportunities Fund, which is fantastic. And of those, 85% of them who've gone through the programme stay off benefits, off unemployment benefits at the end of that programme. So for us, it's a real success.